to talk about tonight. The Met Gala theme was oligarchy. An NFL coach gets a timeout for what he did with his own balls. And is Donald Trump smarter than a fifth grader? We'll find out, but no. So let's get into the headlines. Last night was the Met Gala. It's the biggest night of the year for fashion, and for your mom saying, now is that one heated rivalry? But the biggest trend on the red carpet this year was controversy.
This year's Met Gala finds itself steeped in turmoil. Why? Because the honorary chairs are billionaire Jeff Bezos and his wife Lauren Sanchez. Look at the message projected last night on a building in New York City. Boycott the Bezos Met Gala.
Yeah, get his ass. Yes. I fully support this message, although I don't know if the people living in that building do. Sorry, can you just take it down a notch? Your activism is getting in my eyes. Where did they even find a projector that big? Well, probably Amazon. They have the best Prime Day deals. No, Desi, remember, boycott. But while the wealthy are living their best lives, the rest of the country is tightening their belts. The war in Iran has sent fuel prices rising to the point where over the weekend, Spirit Airlines was forced to shut down. Spirit Airlines. At least it's no longer suffering. See you in heaven after a 3-day layover in Phoenix. But now things are getting so bad that even the real airlines are struggling.
If you fly Delta and you look forward to hearing the words, would you like a Biscoff cookie and a complimentary beverage when you travel?
Yes,
you may be out of luck. Delta is eliminating snack and drink service on all flights under 350 miles.
Come on, are you kidding me? First I can't play with the smoke detectors, now this? You know what, this is bullshit. So if I want a free cookie, now I have to what, give blood at the Red Cross? You can f***ing forget about that. This is my blood, okay? I made it, so I get to keep it. F*** off, you bloodthirsty maniacs. What is wrong with you? Sorry, I just really like cookies. Now, without pointing fingers, this entire situation is President Trump's fault. So he needs to reassure people that he has a plan to fix the economy. And fortunately, he had the chance yesterday when he hosted a small business summit. These are the men and women on the economic front lines. Donald Trump, give them the reassurance they need.
Anybody running for president or vice president should take a cognitive test. So I've taken 3. No president, think of this, has ever taken 1.
Kind of a weird flex. It's like bragging about being the only kid in school who gets a special helper. This is not a test to see how smart you are. It's to check if your brain is functioning, which Trump should understand based on the questions.
The first question is very easy, and they always show the first question is, you have a lion, a bear, an alligator, and what's another good? A squirrel, okay? Which is the squirrel?
I am so glad that we have a president who can differentiate between an alligator and a squirrel. Unlike President Coolidge, God rest his soul. But Trump struggling to remember all the animals isn't a surprise. In fact, maybe that should be the cognitive test.
You have a lion, a bear, an alligator, and what's another good? A squirrel, okay? Which is the squirrel?
You have a lion, a giraffe, a whale, and a shark. And they'll say, which one's the lion?
It's a lion, a giraffe, a bear, and a shark. They say, which one is the bear? A tiger, an elephant, a giraffe, a tiger, or this, or that, a whale, a giraffe, a fish, and a hippopotamus, right?
At this point, I'm not even sure there was even a test. I feel like there's a good chance the president was just watching Zootopia. You know what? Maybe small business owners aren't the best audience for Donald Trump's animal facts. Is there an audience that's closer to his intellectual level?
President Trump hosted a group of children at the White House today for an event promoting physical fitness.
Ah, there we go. That's more your speed. Now you can talk about animals until your heart's content.
The power of a nuclear weapon is something I don't even want to talk about. We can't let Iran have a nuclear weapon. You might be too young for this.
No, they're not too young. I'm sure they've already seen the Paw Patrol episode where they drop a ballistic missile on Humdinger. How are you talking about nuclear war in front of children? You kids have seen Oppenheimer, right? Florence Pugh. Her titties were out for 10 minutes and he became death, destroyer of all worlds. So true, so true. Honestly, if there was ever an event where it was important to stick to the topic at hand, it's the one where you're surrounded by small children. You understand that, right?
It was a rigged election. Barack Hussein Obama, have you heard of him? Open borders, letting anybody come in from the Congo, from countries all over the world. They came in from prisons and mental institutions. He can put on weight like up and down like a yo-yo, and he doesn't take the shot, okay? We just hit records on the Dow. I reached 50 in the first year, and then I reached 7,000. When you have transgender mutilization, don't listen to this, kids. And then all of a sudden, a woman dropped dead with a bullet right there.
Hi, Mom. Can you pick me up from the White House? The president is trauma dumping on me again. So when Trump's talking to a room full of adults, he sounds like a child. When he's talking to a room full of children, he sounds like Pennywise. He's not exactly the one you want taking care of your kids, although in this country, we might not have a choice.
Are you struggling to find childcare in a country that can't provide it?
The United States can't take care of daycare. We're fighting wars. We can't take care of daycare.
Then you'll love Donnie's Daycare, a daycare center personally run by President Donald Trump. Childcare is his thing.
Have you ever done the whole kid thing, change the diaper and all that?
I've never been into it. You know, it's never been my thing.
It's not totally his thing, but he'll teach your kids important life skills like fairness.
I thought I'd easily win the election, which, by the way, I did. And unfortunately, bad things happened. It was a rigged election.
They'll be engaged with arts and crafts.
You know, Biden, he was incapable of signing things. So they'd follow him around with this big machine. You know what it was called? An autopad.
Then it's nap time. Then a story circle.
A woman dropped dead with a bullet right there.
And look, a visit from Uncle Bobby.
77% of our children cannot qualify for military service.
You said it, Unc. Then time for another nap. At Donnie Daycare, kids learn how to handle conflict.
You think you can take me in a fight?
They'll learn self-esteem.
So you have no weight problems. That's the good news, right?
And they'll learn nap. So bring your kids to Donnie's Daycare. They'll love the fun and games.
They don't like playing games with us. They don't like it at all. You'll see that.